Okay, let me check something real quick. Okay. So, here's some yes and no's. No, the sensations and behaviors that occur as a result of bipolar mood episode symptoms are not part of my personality. Some people believe that, well, if they're your behaviors and your sensations, I really don't want to call them emotions or feelings, but your sensations, that if you're having them, then they're yours and you shouldn't change yourself, your personality, and I do not believe that. I do not believe that the behaviors and sensations that result from bipolar disorder, mood episodes, are part of my personality, because they just don't fit to what I am, except for in those episodes. Yes, sometimes just in hindsight, but yes, I can tell the difference between say being sad or upset in bipolar depression. I can tell the difference between joy and excitement versus manic euphoria. I can tell the difference between anger, frustration versus bipolar irritability or mixed episode. It was not me who stole the narcotics, that went to see Moulin Rouge 25 times in 2 weeks because I was obsessed with a character in the movie. It wasn't me that flirted with my therapist, and it was not me who believes at times, that has believed at times, that someone or something is waiting for me on the other side and I need to kill myself to get there. And I'll be happy and everyone will understand. That's not me. That's not a part of me. No, I do not blame every emotion or behavior, minor or extreme, on bipolar. Yes, even when it is a result of bipolar mood episode, I do take responsibility for my actions and sensations and feelings. I find it difficult to understand, well, there are different degrees of bipolar disorder, and I'm wondering that, some people who might have maybe bipolar 2 or something there might not understand this, but I find it difficult that someone would prefer the symptoms that come with psychotic depression, psychotic mania, mixed episodes, the unpredictability, the chaos, the confusion, the risk of injury to self and others, risk of death, the embarrassment, the inability to function. I don't understand how anyone would want to choose those things, but if that's what you feel is right for you and you're making an informed decision, then go for it. Yes, some medications have intolerable side effects for some people. When I've encountered that, I've talked to my doctor and moved on to something else. Yes, sometimes you have to weigh the medication makes me feel better, but I have these side effects, and sometimes you gotta weigh it out. Bottom line message here for everyone. I myself prefer not to be delusional, not to have random, uncontrollable sobbing fits, prefer to not have violent tantrums where I destroy property and say things that are very hurtful, and irritable outbursts that come during certain episodes. I prefer to be independent. I prefer to have a life that is more fulfilling and that I'm able to focus on other things. Before I was on meds that were working for me, I would not be able to be doing my book club, my yoga, volunteering at the animal shelter, forming relationships, because bipolar symptoms were in the way for me to leading a fulfilling life. And finding the right medications, the right combination for me, has made those things possible. I was beginning to think it would be impossible, but it wasn't. And here I am, functioning. So it's going to take quite a bit for anyone to be able to convince me that my life would be any better without my medication, because I've lived without medication. I've lived when the medication wasn't right and I was not functioning and I was a danger to myself and others. And it's just it would just be irresponsible of me to not take my medication. And it's agonizing, the symptoms that result. And as time goes on, as a lot of people have experienced, each episode you have can be worse than the one before. And when I was didn't have the right meds, that's exactly what happened. If I did not take my medication, I would be in a home, okay? Not in an apartment by myself, living and functioning. I would be somewhere where people had to watch me. And that would be no life to live. Maybe I'd be on the street pushing a shopping cart. Wouldn't want that either. So that's my choice. That's what I choose. I choose thoughts that flow, no chaos, no tantrums, no sobbing. There was something else I wanted to add right here at the end, and my mind's blank. Oh, that it causes brain damage in the end. I can't risk finding that out. If you're going to come over and stay for a couple years and I go off my medication, you can babysit me so we can do that experiment, go for it. Come on over. Babysit me for 2 years. Take care of my apartment and my bills and stuff while I can't function, and we'll see what happens. I can't do that. I can't afford to do that. That would be a waste of time. I want to live. I only have one life. And I found a combination of medication that works really well for me. And it allows me to live that life. So, and look outside of the bipolar disorder. So there is my personal opinion and decision.